guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're looking at LR Bojack's EZA. I am not sure. I think LR Bojack could be okay. I think he could be a decent option for some of the teams he's on. LR Bojack is on some category teams that I always would take any buffs for, right? Let's see. He's on Resurrected Warriors, Movie Boss, Full Power. What is the next one? Which one is this again? This is Time Travelers, of course. He's on Joined Forces, Terrifying Conquer, Space Traveling Warrior, Storied Figures, and Legendary Existence. So he is on several 200% teams, right? He, of course, is on the DBZ Dokkan Fest Bardock. He's on Final Form Cooler's team. But the only 200% team Bojack is on is Ginyu's team, actually. On Ginyu's team, Bojack is going to be getting his 200%. Now, it is funny because Space Traveling Warriors, that allows Bojack to get Rainbow Orb Changing, which I actually think could be pretty powerful. So, we will see. Bojack should be fairly effective just on teams, right? Because his link set, he has Heraclan, Galactic Warriors, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Revival, Shattering Limit, and Legendary Power. Just Big Bad Bosses and Thirst for Conquest is 40% attack and defense. And, the Coolers have all got both of those. So that should be very good for LR Bojack. Again, most EZAs are not, like, they drop and then they're gods, right? Like, it's not how it works, really, right? Like, it's like, it's even throughout the hit, like, people think it's just EZAs suck now, but throughout the history of the game, I feel like EZAs, they're not usually like, oh, the best unit on the team or something like that, right? So, alright, let's just go over. So, we have Bojack right here, right? Defensively, let's see what Bojack is looking like. So, he does get start of turn 150% attack and defense. He's getting attack up to 100% and defense up to 100%, but it's a sliding scale depending upon how much HP you have. It is written, I feel like, in the way that's very good. Like, this is probably a better way towards winning more, which is more defense when your HP is lower and more attack when your HP is higher. That's probably better. Probably. Let's see. He gets 10% attack and defense and key per extreme class ally in the team. He also gets 50% attack and defense with 5 key spheres. And then he gets 30% defense from both his 12 and 18 key super attacks. So, okay. So right here, not really the greatest rotation. I mean, we could see his defense is at a pretty decent level. Because if we get 5 key spheres right here, he's going to get extra stats. 428 he jumps up to. So, let me see here. So, Bojack, with 1 super attack for us, his defense is going to be at what? He's basically getting like 130k defense with 1 super, right? So 2 supers would give him like around 260k defense. So he can get to a good level. This is the thing where it's like, if we have Bojack sort of as like a floater or in slot 2, he's certainly going to be effective. Super attacks would kill him, but he's definitely tanking normals, at least in this spot right here. Alright, so let's see what attack stat he can get up to. I think, looking at the way this Bojack is, I'm glad they gave him Rainbow Orb Changing, because I feel like I'm okay with this Bojack stats and stuff like that, but it's more so like 9.7 he does right there, okay. It's more so like I would feel more comfortable using this guy if he gave even a slight support type buff, right? Like, I think he, on top of everything else he does, if he also would give extreme class allies maybe 2 key and 30% attack and defense, or 2 key and 20% attack and defense, I feel like I'd be really comfortable with how this Bojack is looking. Just a slight bit more. It's like, yeah, I think he could do at least sort of like a decent attack stat. In terms of him doing damage, you do want to keep in mind that, Bojack, this is him with no additionals and no crits built into his kits, right? That's one of the huge strengths of all these modern units. You know, look at Dokkan Yamcha, the most recent premium unit that comes out. He has a 30% chance to crit baseline, 50% chance to dodge baseline, and then he has a guaranteed additional, right? Like, it's like characters nowadays are just doing everything like that anyway. So it's like you'll see, you know, an attack stat from this character, but keep in mind, he also has the higher than normal chance to crit. He's also got the guaranteed additional, so he's going to have a higher than normal chance to get the hidden potential system additional, right? Bojack is kind of an older character where he just comes out and he does an attack stat and, like, he's done, right? Now, in terms of equips and stuff like that I've got for my Bojack, I actually do have a level 5 attack. I don't really use these very much anymore, but I already had this on him, so I figured, oh, whatever, I just leave it on him. It doesn't matter. I mean, I could give him a level 5 defense, and I probably would like his performance a little bit better, but since I already had that on there, sure. And a level 5 in crit I already had on this LR Bojack as well. Those were on him. I must have put those on him for some extreme Super Battle Road run at the end of 2020 or something like that. Okay, so with this Vegeta, we only have Big Bad Bosses and Shattering the Limit. I definitely want to get Bojack next to, like, STR Bojack, just to see what he's able to do. Remember that STR Bojack is pretty much not a legitimate option at this point. He has aged, STR Bojack. Like, he's not what he once was. And then Bojack gets to a 9.15 right there. Okay. Yeah, so we had this. Let's see. I'm just curious to also see what Bojack does, again, when he's next to STR Bojack. Just sort of see the stats that they get in that rotation. Alright, guys, now we got INT Bojack next to STR Bojack, and there's going to be a significant increase in performance here, right? Because STR Bojack, not only is he activating some of these really crazy links, right? Bojack got helped out quite a bit by the link level update. Hera Clan, right? 2 key, 5% attack, 5% crit chance. Pretty good. But Galactic Warrior is one of the best links in the game. 2 key, 20% attack, and 20% defense. Just a devastatingly powerful link right there. So it's like we have Galactic Warriors up, and STR Bojack is supporting, right? We have, you know, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses. Like, all of these links are activated. It's like, LR Bojack, I think, is probably going to be fine. We'll do one more run after this. Maybe we'll fight, like, Janemba or something like that. Probably on, like, Cooler's team and see the numbers he gets to. Like, he's fine. He could help. But it's like, LR Bojack, I think, could be really interesting if, like, there was a Bojack he could link next to who was really good. Yeah, see, look at this. He's at 500k start of turn. He gets 30% when he super attacks. So it's like, you know, if he would double super LR Bojack right here, he would be at some pretty interesting numbers in terms of defense. So it's like he's got some stats, LR Bojack. He could put up stats, but I mean, you guys know, again, it's just raw stats. It just doesn't cut it, right? Like, it's helpful. I feel like my expectations for EZA characters a lot of times are not really the same level of expectations that a lot of other people have for, like, a character like LR Bojack like this. But I feel like his performance is actually going to be fine. What we're seeing from LR Bojack, I do think he will be okay. His role, though, keep in mind, we're going to be using him as, like, the 7th option on, like, movie bosses or something like that. And it's like him being a Rainbow Orb Changer will make that, like, that job a little bit better. The only problem is that, you know, you could certainly say that some of the characters Bojack might be competing with would be something like LR Metal Cooler or, like, EZA STR Cooler, right? Like, those are sort of like the character slots, I feel like, when I would be team building, like, LR Final Form Cooler's team. Like, it's like those are the characters that this Bojack would be competing with. And, you know, this Bojack, I mean, he's certainly not going to be better than LR Janemba, LR Golden Frieza, EZA STR Cooler, right? Like, all of those characters are certainly going to be at a better level of, like, performance. Okay, so this would be our best turn right here. Because we have all links activated except for Legendary Power, so that's pretty good. Let me hit this, Okay, so now let's get our 5 orbs for Bojack. So let's go ahead and grab the 5 orbs for Bojack. And he gets up to 545. So again, this is with, we're getting, what, 80% support here? We're getting, again, just a huge amount of support from Bojack, from INT Vegeta. We have most of our links active, 545. I mean, once he starts super attacking, defensively, he's going to get to a very good spot, but, you know, he hits that sweet spot, keep in mind, of even if he double supers, right, he's still probably in death range for a type neutral, powerful super attack, right? Like, INT Final Form Cooler is probably still one-shotting this Bojack, even if he double supered right here. But this Bojack, I think, can be very good against strong tech bosses, or something like that, right? So like Cell Max, Full Power Frieza. I think we can use LR Bojack against these characters, and we're going to be completely fine. I think in LR Bojack will be very effective against that level of character, right? Cell Max, like Bojack is going to be a decent option for Cell Max. One other ability Bojack has, 12.6 right there, okay. One other ability Bojack has that we haven't talked about is he does give extreme class allies 40% attack for 1 turn on his super attack effect, right? So, you know, we could give extreme class allies a little bit of an extra buff when we actually do super attack. I really wish that they would start giving these buffs for 2 turns and not 1 turn, because it's like, imagine if this Bojack on his 18 key, he gave extreme class allies that 40% attack buff, but it's for 2 turns. You know, it's like we saw it with Yajirobe. That will start to be interesting if we get that, right? I like, again, I think really, really interesting if we start to get abilities like that for multiple turns. Okay, I'm gonna play these active skills for Ginyu and Turles. And then I think we'll let's get the next rotation, and then after that we'll probably go fight like Janemba on Final Form Cooler's team. Remember, on Cooler's team, Bojack does not have a 200%, and that's probably the likely spot we will be using him. You know, so we'll see how it's going to work out. Let's go ahead and pop these, though.
新生児の実を食べ続けてきた俺に勝てると思ったか？俺の勝ちだな。気に入ったぞ。貴様のその強い体をチェンジ。交換させてもらったぜ。貴様と俺の体を。
Alright, let's get one more rotation for our boy Bojack. I would like to maybe get not 5 orbs, but the Field of Orbs here is a little too good. Let's just get this next turn. Oh, okay, we'll get the cord first. Let me get this next turn, and then again, we're going to go to Final Form Cooler's team, and we'll just do a run against Janemba. I'm probably going to do, we'll do, like, full sort of, like, world tour, right? We'll take Bojack against the tough fights. The 4 hard fights, right? Omega, Broly, Metal Cooler Core, as well as Cell Max, and see how he performs. But let me just, you know, quickly at the end of this, we'll just hop in to, the, whatchamacallit, like a Janemba fight on Final Form Cooler's team, and see some of the stats we're getting, from Bojack, there. 9 million, so he does put up a lot of 9 millions, right? Like, we're seeing a lot of those. Alright, let's see, let's hop in. Alright, maybe we can get this rotation as well. Let's see what INT LR Bojack can put up on this turn. Actually, I guess I will do this real fast. Yeah, let's see what INT LR Bojack does right here. Just curious, right? So we have our 5 orbs. It's at 520k. We have a lot of these links active. We don't have the big Bojack links active, right? So no Heraclan, no Galactic Warriors. But we do have support from LR Turles. We do have Legendary Power activated as well, which can be a pretty decent attack link. So let's see the stats that INT LR Bojack puts up right here. And he gets to 11 million. So we have seen like a variety of like 9, 10, 11, 12s from a lot of these different situations from LR Bojack. Okay, sure. Like, we have a good idea of what he is. He is... This is kind of what I was thinking he was going to be, right? Like, he's kind of just like LR Full Power Frieza, Goku Trunks and Pan, LR Physical Cell, and I'm okay with that, which is he is... Like, he's capable type advantage in these red zone stages, which to me is fine, right? Like, if we're going to fight a tech boss, Full Power Frieza or Cell Max, you can run this Bojack on the team. I think that is good, right? Like, I do think he's probably good enough. If I would add one thing to this Bojack, I feel like just a little bit of support so that I'm a little bit more incentivized to throw him on, like, you know, LR Final Form Cooler's team as, like, the 6th option. You know, he's floating, you know, he's supporting Final Form Cooler. That would, I think, work a little bit better, right? Just like Extreme Class Allies 2 key, 30% attack and defense. I think the rest of what Bojack does is fine if he would just have that. Or, like, the super attack buff he does on his 18 key, if that was, like, for 2 turns or 3 turns, that could be good as well. But he does seem decent. Alright, let's jump in like this. The good news about running this team, we're probably going to have a lot of health. Yeah, 750,000. I'll certainly take that. So, again, it's sort of like we're running Final Form Cooler's team, right? Bojack, I would say for the most part, we're probably going to be running him as like a floater here. Oh, I did not mean to... Oh, my God. The lag! Come on! Hold on. Alright, let's begin building up. I don't know if I'm going to leave Bojack on rotation or not. We might. It would involve... I guess we will. What I can do here is I could put Bojack in slot 1, and I'll push off the other LR Final Form Cooler, since I wanted to get Janemba, like a stack of his passive early on right here. So we could probably make this work. I'm just curious to see what Bojack's stats are going to look like for us, right? Like, when it's like, all right, we're on a 170% lead rather than a 200%. And then, of course, we're also... like, we're not overloaded with, like, all right, here's a 50% support and a 50% support and a 30% support, right? Like, let's just sort of see what he looks like in kind of a natural run. Now, remember that EZA STR Cooler? He is not supporting LR Bojack unless there's multiple enemies, right? Because LR Bojack is on Terrifying Conquerors, but he's not on Transformation Boost. Like, STR Bojack is on Transformation Boost, but the LR Bojack is not. So that's why LR Bojack's not getting the 200% from Final Form Cooler, and then also the support from EZA STR Cooler. So that's something very important to keep in mind, right? All right, we did no damage to Janemba here. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see what stats INT Bojack is in. On this rotation, we absolutely can put him in slot 1 right here. Okay, so this is again Big Bad Bosses and Thirst for Conquest. We'd be able to get Legendary Power as well next to that Cooler, but we got to put this guy in slot 1. We need 5 orbs, so let's do that. All right, let's see what our stats are looking like. So this is Bojack with no support. Again, EZA STR Cooler is a support unit, but he's not supporting this LR Bojack, because right now he's supporting Transformation Boost, which in LR Bojack is not on. So this, like, if we're doing difficult content, this is about the level we're going to see him at. He certainly could get a bit more. I mean, if he super attacks right here, it's like only the Metal Cooler core is doing damage to him in terms of red zone boss normals, right? Because he's getting 30% defense when he supers. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and see the attack stat we'll get from our boy Bojack right here. We'll kind of see how things are going to look, right? Let's see what we can get right here. All right, so Bojack gives us a 6.81 right there. Now, Bojack did create Rainbow Key Spheres, which, of course, is helpful, right? That certainly will help. That's the thing about this Bojack, is he is kind of like the first Rainbow Orb Changer that's going to hit this team. Oh, boy. EZA STR Cooler. Is he going to get pummeled here? If he gets super attacked, he's probably going to take a lot of damage, this Cooler. This Cooler can be very squishy at times. Let's see what happens. Oh, brother. All right. 400k incoming? Let's see. We do have Metal Cooler next turn, so we'll heal some of this up. 300. All right. Yeah, that EZA STR Cooler, he's good, but, you know, early on, that boy, he is squishy. He is not like, oh my god, he just takes everything. Like, nah, not really. He does make Final Form Cooler look that much more impressive, though, so he is still very, very solid. All right, I don't know. I guess we'll do, like, another rotation or two. I like what we've seen from Bojack, but again, to me, he's about what I was expecting, right? Like Bojack is giving us exactly what I expected we would see from him. So I'm not really like shocked or anything like that when this is sort of the level of performance I was thinking we were going to see from him, which is he's about, you know, LR physical cell level. You know, he's on the same level as like LR STR full power Frieza. These are characters that can help, right? They're not like throwaways or something like that. This next rotation is actually going to be kind of bad because all of my characters who could go in slot 1 are on other rotations. We're actually about to get cooked right here. Oh yeah, we are. God damn it. Okay. Oh yeah, we're dead. Oops. Oopsies. Who is eating this the best? I guess Final Form Cooler. Whatever, man. Let's just... No, we can do this. Okay. I did not intend to sabotage him, but looks like that's what's gonna happen here. I'm sorry, Bojack. I didn't actually mean for this to happen. If Janemba supers right away, we're cooked. Oh, no. No! Damn it. Oh, god damn it. Alright, well... Owie. Okay. Wait, actually, we lived. Oh, no, never mind. We're fine. Dude, we're fine. Totally good. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to run them in slot 1. I guess the play was I needed to float off either LR Golden Frieza or Janemba the first turn, not Final Form Cooler. Okay, sure. So there's what INT LR Bojack is able to put up. Again, he's decent. Think of him like LR Physical Cell or LR S-Tier Full Power Frieza. He can help on a lot of these teams, right? You know, like movie bosses and stuff like that. He's just sort of an extra option that could sort of help us, again, in a lot of these different fights and stuff like that. Alright, this is Galaxy Threatening Invasion, Full Power Bojack, and the Galactic Warriors. His leader skill is Extreme Int type Key 4 and 120% of stats, or Super Int Key 2 and 90% of stats. His 12 key super attack is the Galactic Buster, which gives 30% defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage to the enemy, and then greatly lowers enemy defense. Then his 18 key super attack, Galactic Suppression, gives him 30% defense for 1 turn, mega colossal damage to the enemy, and then raises extreme class allies attack by 40% for 1 turn. I think perhaps that buff for extreme class allies could have been made to 2 or 3 turns. That could have been a way to make him better. Again, I think the one way I would improve this character is just giving them a little bit more support. I feel like defense and offense, I mean, it could always be better, but like it's about what I expected. So a little bit more support, I think, would help them quite a bit, right? His passive, A Galaxy in Shadow, gives him 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets up to 100% attack and up to 100% defense, right? The higher HP you have, the more attack you get, and the lower HP you have, the more defense you get. Then he gets up 1 key up to 5, and 10% attack and defense up to 50% per extreme class ally on the team, right? That, I feel like, is kind of a fine buff, right? That's not really an issue. Maybe if you're running like a Resurrected Warrior team at some point or something like that, or Time Traveler, you might want to run a couple of superclass allies. For the most part, though, that's probably not too bad of a restriction there. Then he changes Tech Key Spheres to Rainbow Key Spheres if there's another Space Traveling Warrior category ally attacking in the same turn. Shouldn't really be too bad, because all the Bojack's Turles Cooler characters, like all these characters that link up pretty well, right? The core, essentially, of like movie bosses and sort of like Terrifying Conquerors, stuff like that, do have these categories. The one thing that is unfortunate is that stupidly, idiotically, moronically, Golden Frieza and Metal Cooler are characters that are not on Space Traveling Warriors, which makes literally no sense, right? So, yeah, Bojack is a Rainbow Orb Changer if there's a Space Traveling Warrior category ally in the same turn. Shouldn't be too tough. That is pretty decent. And then finally, Bojack gets 50% attack and defense extra with 5 or more Key Spheres obtained. Again, to me, you give him Extreme Class Allies 2 key, 30% attack and defense, and I think I'm okay with this Bojack. His link set is the Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Revival, Shouting Limit, and Legendary Power. 12 key multiplier, 150%, 24 key multiplier, 200%. And then finally, our boy LR Bojack is on a few teams here. So he is, of course, on the Resurrected Warrior category team. He is also over here on the Movie Bosses team. This is, essentially going to be his main setup, sort of. He's also over here on the Full Power category team. Any buffs to that category is good. Bojack is also over here on the Time Traveler team. Huge, massive category. Then Bojack is here on the Join Forces category team as well. Bojack is also on the Terrifying Conqueror category team. This is, I guess, essentially the main team he's on, right? Then Bojack is also on Space Traveling Warriors. Bojack is also on Storied Figures. He, of course, is on the leader skill with DBZ Bardock right here for Storied Figures. And then finally, Bojack is on Legendary Existence. So there is EZA in LR Bojack. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.